whether you said that this was by voting was still going to be going on by this time.
Apart from voting, we did other activities of the party. We did other activities of the party. Musicians coming to play. Musicians coming to play. Who were given 2 minutes to speak. Some of them who were given 2 minutes to speak. Some of them couldn't stop that. And we couldn't stop them. So the program. Beyond our planned time, beyond our planned timelines.
I mean, I was watching that, and I don't know. I was watching that when they were trying to get the aspirants to stick to when they were trying to get the aspirants, and some of them just blatantly refused, and some of them just blatantly refused.
Whether they deserve their votes or not, whether they deserve their votes or not, we did our best. However, in making sure we couldn't stop. In making sure we couldn't stop. Someone played
Dr. Bonayon, when he made his speech, Dr. Bonayon, when he made his speech, he left at highlighted with a question. He talked about the big question for the South. He talked about the big question for the South. That region feels hard done by. He feels with what has played out. What is playing out now? What has played out? What do you think about what is playing out?
And these expectations may not be. Expectations may not be. What things you expect may not be what you get. Things you expect may not be what you get. To continue to try. But it's also left for you to do your best as a human being. The issue of zoning has been at the public domain. It's a national discourse. We went to South. The next time we came to the South, if zoning and equity is anything to go by, if zoning and equity naturally this time around, you should go to South. Naturally this time around, you should go to South. And sometimes this business of power. And sometimes you don't just rely on moral criteria. You don't just rely on moral criteria. Justice. And some other things are involved because you can produce a president in Nigeria. The collaboration or cooperation. The collaboration or cooperation. The Southern Nigeria alone cannot produce a president. The Southern Nigeria alone cannot produce a president.
But people have said that they haven't played their part. They haven't played their part. Even put their personal interest way beyond any such thing as way beyond any such thing as their regional interest.
Most times may not be what will give you power. Most times may not be what will give you power. What gives you power? What if you decide to get power, you work for it. If you decide to get power, you work for it. Nowhere in the world, power is given to anybody. Nowhere in the world, power is given to lunch or a breakfast. Just as a lunch. We know we deserve to produce a president. We know we deserve to produce a president in Nigeria. We know we have capable that can run Nigeria from South.
But the Southeast leaders worked for it. But the Southeast leaders worked for it.
It's a relative thing. Well, I may feel I've worked. Maybe I may feel I've worked.
Do you think you worked?
Maybe I've not worked or not.
Do you think you worked?
No matter what you do as a human being, but no matter what you do as a human being, God says it's your time. Until God says it's your time. That's the only time you have to. Has decided to give you power.
How do you know when he's decided?
Just like in 2003, I had a gubernatorial election. I didn't win. In 2007, I tried, I didn't get it. In 2019 was the time God said, "Hey, my son, come on."
God?
Yes.
So I'm just a little curious. It's like from the answers that you're given, it does look like you do not have any faith that the Southeastern candidates can make it through at this primaries.
No, that is not correct. After all, in any event, we have faith. But faith are things you don't see, yet you believe.
Mm-hmm. So you
understand?
Indeed, there are things you don't see, yet you believe. Do you believe that a Southeastern candidate can still pull through in this primaries? Given what we have seen go down on the ground, go down on the grounds here, and what the papers are saying. Just this morning, I was asking how one of the dailies, reached its conclusion that the national leader looked set to be clinching this. They're already making their predictions. It doesn't look like the Southeast is in contention here, or any Southeastern candidate is.
Now, I think that from the point of view of political calculation, the sentiments of people, human beings can do, But I can tell you, it is God. I believe it because the reason why I'm a child of faith, this power is moving from the north. It is only when God is because has decided the current president is from the north, having served 8 years. Now the popular view is that somebody from the southern part of the country should be a president. And the reason why Southeast also is asking for it is because he came to the south and went to Southwest and was there for 8 years. And the next time he came to the south, he went to South-South. And it was there for almost barely 7 years plus. Now, the natural thing to do and the justice of the case is that now that he's coming again to the south, since it is only the 3 geopolitical zones that made up the south, that he should come to Southeast. Having been in Southwest and the South-South, he should now come to Southeast. So in a situation where equity really should be the issue, we don't need to struggle for it. We don't need to struggle for it. But here again, you see how it has gone. We will continue to hope that one day God will touch the heart of our brothers and sisters out there to do that which belongs to us.
So what does this mean now? Does it mean the region has to wait for what, 8 or 16 years?
That's the thing we have to. This is something that will be discussed at the party level because it's a serious matter that needs to be addressed. Because we are dealing with human beings here. It is not just something you wake up and take any decision. There are consequences of every action. So those are the things that will be discussed, and something must be done. And maybe bring in a balancing kind of act that will assuage the feelings of the people for the interest of our party. Most of our people here who came from the Southeast, of course, when they saw it was going to be difficult to get clinching to the ticket, they opted for a northern candidate. The reason is very simple, because the northern candidate will stay for 8 years. And then the power will come back to the south. This time around, maybe we'll have the opportunity. The power coming back to the south will be another 8 years. And the next time you have the power, it will go to the north for another 8 years. So 16 clear years of wait for Southeasterners. It's something that must be given some serious attention.
Big questions indeed. I'm just wondering, so what more should we be expecting now? Voting looks like it's getting set to conclude. I think the last they called was Zamfara.
Yeah.
I don't know whether this was being done in alphabetical order.
No, it was not done in alphabetical.
It wasn't. Was there a reason for that?
No, I think because we had 2 voting points.
Oh, okay.
And then we divided the list. The second page was used for Part B, and the first page, Part A. So when they called Anambra and Adamawa, they called Kano and Katsina, and they were going in that.
I see. In that order to try and make things, to try and speed it up a bit. Yes. So what should we expect here? I mean, how much more longer do you think that we'll get to wait before we eventually see who has emerged?
As long as it will take to sort the votes, sorting of the votes, and then counting of the votes, and then announcing the results. I think we're almost there, We're almost there.
After the announcement of the person who has won, would that be it for the day, or would there still be a presentation? Because I do remember that for the APC party convention, there was a presentation of Senator Abdullahi Adamu to the president as the candidate. Will that also be happening on the grounds today?
Yeah, well, as soon as the votes are counted and the result is known, we'll get in touch with the leadership of the party and know whether the national chairman will come back or the president will come back. If that is the case, we'll wait until they come, and then the candidate will be announced and the flag given to him, and that is it.
But does the party think that this is going to be a stroll in the park to 2023? Because this is about the first time that we'll have 7-8 months of political campaign before the election. So a lot could still happen.
Well, you see, the new Electoral Act came with new issues, new style of politics. And some of them very good, some of them not very friendly. one of those unfriendly ones is what you just said now, because it means that aspirants or candidates will have to campaign for almost 1 year before the election. And of course, it is going to take a big toll on the candidates. And it's not going to be very easy. The reason Tinubu pre-election litigations be resolved and disagreements be resolved. But you can see how the thing is almost affecting governance. Because for the past 2 months, it's about primaries, congresses, one activity or the other. Most people are not even going to their offices to do the business of governance. And it is not very healthy for me. But we have to deal with that because we have to comply with the Electoral Act. We have to comply and obey the law. A society must be a rule-driven society. The National Assembly, in their wisdom, did the law, and Mr. President assented to the law.
I'm just curious. I mean, you have chosen a weekday to do this primaries. Did you also put that into consideration? Because, I mean, there is this right smack in the middle of the Federal Secretariat. There'll be questions as to, whether this would not affect workers who are supposed to be at work today. I mean, ought to have been at work yesterday, today, maybe tomorrow.
Well, I don't think there is any ministry inside this Eagle Square.
But they're right across.
Yeah.
They're right across.
And the streets have been cordoned off.
No, the traffic control only created diversions.
But it was very hectic. They spent man-hours in traffic.
Yeah, it is trying. Yeah, of course, we'll make sacrifices to get some of this thing done, occasioned by the INEC guidelines, which compared all political parties to do this thing within this particular time frame.
Yeah, but why do Nigerians have to suffer for it, for the political parties? Because they could do it without making the traffic or motorists, bear the brunt of man-hours in traffic.
Members of the political party are also Nigerians.
There was a whole weekend. I mean, there was a PDP did theirs over a weekend, Saturday into Sunday. You did your party convention Saturday into Sunday. There was a clear weekend before this one. Why didn't you pick the weekend?
I don't like comparing my party with PDP. PDP is just a small opposition party.
I just gave, you were in the PDP.
Even though you came from there.
A few moments ago, you were just in the PDP. Yes. But I mean, I just gave the example of your own party.
There's a season for everything.
Yes, you did.
That was a time PDP. It was its season. And now it is APC.
You did your party convention, to speak to the party leadership over a weekend, Saturday into Sunday. I just cited your own party's example.
Yeah.
So why haven't you done the same for this presidential primaries? Why right smack in the week?
Well, this is our political party. We have the administrative system is like a ladder. There are levels of decision making. I'm just the chairman of the organizing committee. I knew you were just going to say that. I don't know how I knew what your response was going to be. I could predict it already. But I know you're also a part of the decision makers. Yeah, part of it.
So what was the thinking?
At a level that probably the level of decision making I belong is not the level this decision was taken. But we have to follow because loyalty to the party, the position is also very important in this business of politics. I think it's a ruling party.
For now, at the moment,
they have better flexibility.
What do you have for your colleague, Senator Lawan? Because he must have been going through different kinds of emotions the day before he was announced by national chairman, and then they said no. That didn't have the backing of the president, and then he came. He tried to reach out to the delegates. But at the end of the day, who knows what will happen? And he's not even going back to the Senate.
I just want to wait until in the next few minutes or few hours, the result of this outing will be known. Then we will be properly informed to make our statements.
What kind of statement do we expect?
Sorry?
What kind of statements should we expect?
Of course, we'll congratulate whoever that will emerge and also congratulate those that couldn't make it. And life continues.
I think that is very instructive. Life continues. I think supporters of politicians should remember that. And not kill themselves over certain things. No, politicians will not do that.
Yes, I try to employ all politicians to adopt the spirit of sportsmanship. you know, that it is, of course, when you go into a context, two things will come out of it. Either you win or you will not. So you must also plan on how you can manage either way.
Let me just confirm, you were supporting Senator Ahmed Lawan, weren't you?
Ahmed Lawal is my colleague, is my friend.
Indeed. So I just want to clarify
just like other aspirants.
I'm just clarifying that he was your own aspirant of choice.
No, he's not my aspirant of choice because it is not even a factor. What I mean is that he's my friend. And of course...
You are sympathetic to him?
Of course,
to his cause?
Of course, somehow, covertly, overtly, I must give him some kind of support and encouragement. In the same manner, I'll give to other aspirants who are also my friends, but not at the same degree.
So you give more to Senator Lawan?
To the closer ones.
All right, then, His Excellency Hope Uzodinma, Governor of Imo State, thank you very much indeed for your time this morning.
Thank you.
So there you go. That is if at the moment, but just give us a moment. We'll be back. We're still coming to you live from Eagle Square.
Now we have a big task ahead. The special convention for the presidential primary. I congratulate all the winners and our newly emerged party flag bearers so far for the 2023 general elections, and urge you to be magnanimous in victory, particularly towards your fellow aspirants who conceded to you. I urge you at all times to abide by the party rules and follow party reconciliation processes. In every competitive event, there are bound to be winners and runners-up. And as such, all the aspirants who lost or conceded at the primaries, I equally urge you to maintain the spirit of sportsmanship and to stand by our great party for the next challenges ahead. We now have to choose a leader to win elections. But to continue nationalists with a very strong belief in the unity of our nation, Nigeria, and strength of character and purpose to steer the country forward. May God bless our party.
Welcome back to Sunrise Daily, coming to you live from Eagle Square, where the All Progressive Congress is holding a special convention to elect the presidential aspirant, the presidential candidate of the party. So now we understand that voting has ended, and they are in the process of beginning sorting of all the ballots, and then they'll begin counting, and of course, that leads to the announcement of the winner. But we don't know yet, because even Governor Hope talked about either the national chairman, who knows, the leadership party or the presidency will be here. So we'll just keep tabs on that. So we're still here taking you through some of what is going on here today, Marco.
Indeed, Chamberlain, I guess this is now the interesting part when we now, sometimes, you know, sorting and counting go on simultaneously. If the sorting goes the same way we saw what happened at the Velodrome, where the PDP did theirs, saying it out loudly, calling the name of the aspirant on the ballot. So as they were bringing it out of the ballot box, they were bringing it out one after the other and counting, saying the name of the aspirant whose name was on the ballot and putting it aside. At that point, people were already doing their arithmetic. As Mr. Fuadoki said, he said his arithmetic, one of the aspirants whose name I heard. And by the end of that, you already have an idea, even before they count, just how many